Okay, here we go. We're here. We're live. Let's do this.
Morning, good morning.
We are the Amish Matchmakers, and we are known. We are not Amish, but we are known for helping Amish. Matter of fact, helping Amish singles to get engaged and married and have an epic marriage, not just any marriage, but epic marriage, and then develop a legacy that is rooted in faith and freedom. That's our passion. That's our desire. That's what we love doing. And we've got a short session this morning. So glad you could join us and glad you're here. We're going to be going over the lion. We've been talking about the identity and how important it is to understand who you are and your identity. How important is identity, Miss Chantel? Tell us about identity to start with before we go into the line of things, personality.
Um,
What have you discovered in the process of what we do for people?
well, I would say that identity is huge, and that it's huge because when we when our identity is challenged, um, we kind of operate in crisis mode,
Yeah.
right? So, and what challenges identity? I mean, the storms of life challenge identity. Other human beings challenge our identity. The um, human responses and the communication challenge our identity. There's so much to that. But when we really do know and understand who we are, we can stand stronger when those storms of life, when those hits come, when the, accusations of others come, when the miscommunication or misunderstandings happen. Then it's when we know who we are and we have a firm foundation of our identity, then um, it's kind of like like a fence post,
Yeah.
right? If you are putting up a fence post and you don't put it in cement, right?
Or drill it deep.
Or drill it deep
Good
enough
foundation.
to stay strong, it has the potential of falling down and your whole fence falls apart, right? And that's sort of similar to our identity when we get those hits, because we do, right? I mean,
For sure.
it's life. We're dealing with human beings on this planet, and storms hit. So
What's the identity upgrade to with knowing a father versus just identity of me and who I am? What's the importance of father? What is your experience in that, having a father and a good father too?
oh, security, love, safety. There's so much to that, example.
Yeah.
There's protection, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, really, fathers represent a lot of our worth, our self-worth,
Wow.
and I think that's one of the biggest challenges that we have as society, because we are living in a fatherless world. I mean, there's so much disconnect between children and father. And, again, we've talked about this before, but there's also the disconnect between um, us and God as the father, right? Why? Because the focus has all been on Jesus. Jesus, Yeshua, is the connection point. He's he's not the creator of the heavens and earth. He's not our creator. He's the connection point. He's yes, God here in human form, but is saying, it's through me you come to the Father.
That's right.
So I think if that's a whole another topic that you just took me on a rabbit trail down, but I think if we as a people really understood our connection with our Father, and focused on that. If we focused on that, and instead of the focus and worship of Jesus, Yeshua, then we would have a better connection into our identity.
It's really good.
That's my
No, it's really
humble
good.
opinion.
It's really good. Such a fine line, because yes, Yeshua is the Messiah. Yes, he is the only way we can get to the Father. I believe that with all my heart, that he is the way, the truth, and the life.
And I don't say that to devalue.
And no man come to the Father except through him.
To devalue or discredit, Yeshua. That again, like Carlos said, he is the Messiah. He
is the way. Yeah. Just the focus needs to shift on the fathers, so that we can stop being fatherless. It starts in the church and the home, and they're all connected. And super grateful for the church we've been plugging into, the Grove, and Pastor Nathan and his wife, and their intentional heart and love and blessing and supporting the fathers, supporting their people. It's really good.
It's my Montana cup. We're praying for Montana and Washington, and even parts of California now, up in Redding.
It's wild, right?
All the flooding and stuff that's happening. So
it's a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So now shifting into identity, I took them through the verses and the lion action, the lion, how it represents action, courage, obedience, and it was precious because Sheila popped onto and said hello earlier, because she has her little her videos that she does every morning when she's working out. Is that 5:30, right? I believe so.
I'm not sure.
I think it's 5:30.
I
believe so. I can't remember. I hope I didn't get the wrong time, Sheila, earlier when I was saying that. I want to say it right because I was endorsing her. She's an amazing lioness, right? And we talk about how all three were the four faces of God, unique me, and that the different faces, but it's the holistic combination. It's funny because the more I'm talking about this, the more I realize how important this is to develop personality and to develop your identity. And it's really cool because I realize, of course, the lion is the confidence, right? And then, of course, the eagle is the communicator, being able to communicate clearly and efficiently, but also communicating with emotions and
the vision.
Yes, absolutely. And then, of course, the ox I'm going to talk about tomorrow, with commitment. I told them I would be getting up early tomorrow still, even though it's Christmas Eve, just to finish strong with the ox and finish out this before we go into the holiday season.
Well, I can't believe it's Christmas Eve.
I know.
The year's over.
Yes. But with that said about the three personalities, understanding that they represent confidence, communication, commitment, right? Each one as well. But then, of course, you've got the father, which is the ox. You've got the lion, which is the Messiah, the son, and representing Yeshua. And then you've got the eagle representing the spirit, the Holy Spirit, Ruach spirit, and the feminine, the motherly figure. And so again, just recognizing all the powerful things and the elements and the fiery lion. So with that said, the courage and confidence, how important is that? We've talked about confidence. We've been talking, and we're going to repeat it again today. So it is what it is, but recognizing the power of the lion, the roar, the attack that looks at the elephant and says lunch, who does that? Like something that's 10, 20 times bigger than, and with just swing of a tusk could literally just crush and kill a lion, but yet the lion still keeps coming back. And just that whole thing. I don't know. What are your take on, you've studied the lion with me over the years. We've watched lots of videos. We've researched how they attack, how they work together as a pride, the tragic truth, right, of killing the cubs. So I went through all this morning, and I just want to get your take on it. Let you kind of just flow, talk about it. We don't have much time. We have about 13 minutes left.
Well, I think for me personally, the value that I see of when you just talked about the pride, and I love to study that because we talk about team and marriage and family all the time. And the lion is a great representation of what that looks like, right? You know, you have these big, strong males that protect the pride, and you have. Uh, I think it's fascinating, and this is not a dig on men in any way, shape, or form, but again, because the woman's value has been questioned for eons, right? Um, but when we look at the lion pride and the value of each member of the pride,
Mhm.
if you study the lions and you recognize, yes, the male lions are the protectors of the pride. They establish the territory. They, you know what I mean? All of those things. And the females,
Oh,
oh,
I'm just caused an earthquake. Sorry, kicking the stand. Oh,
the females are the hunters. They feed the pride. Okay. There's immense value in that as a pride. Like there's, and the way that they work, you know even in within the pride, even within the hunters, they have roles. They have, designated ways that they hunt. And so I think it's a really great example of us as a family, and how we operate as a team, as a pride, and that there's not one role that is undervalued. They're all important for the survival of the pride. So I love that about the lion. I love that because we can't do without one of them. Like if one is missing, there's a gap, you know what I mean, in the strength of pride. And so that's kind of, I don't know if that answer your question.
no, it's good. That's what I did. I want you to just discuss and talk about what your take is, even on the lion personality, and that aggressive but yet effective, and even in you, the roar of the lioness, and the power of a lioness, even, and in knowing that that's effective too, and how you have been more diligent in the lioness in this season and to get things done. Like I know you say that a lot too. It's like a lot of times the different parts of the personalities will show up in different seasons of life. So we show them Nova. This is Nova.
Nova came to say hi.
That's our girl.
Some attention.
She wanted to hang out with us while we're doing our video, didn't you? I love you. Our girl. Nova. So anyways, just like even the pack, right? We think of the pack. Like a lion, a pride of lions, I'm sure is similar to the pack, and and understanding the alpha lion is, you and I work with dogs and we train dogs, and we even have a puppy business where we help dogs connect with people, and we make them very effective in that, leaving the paw prints on hearts of man. Like again, I think of that because again, how the pack works together, and the alpha, and what that looks like to take care of and connect with the pride and the pack. And I'm sure it's similar in the lions as we've studied them in the pride. But just talk a little bit more about it. This is your time, your platform. How effective is the lion personality, and what is the difference between the lion, even, or the ox and the eagle? We haven't talked in depth about the ox yet, but we did talk about the eagle yesterday, or I did. And so the emotions and the discernment of the eagle, but then now the drive and the fire of the lion. And you and I have talked about this. It's interesting how the ox is a discipline,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it's not actual animal; it's a discipline that God named
Mm-hmm.
and chose as a face. But then we've got the eagle and the lion are actual animals. Eagle representing, and we've noticed throughout the years, it's been our understanding that women tend to be more dominant in the eagle. Not always, just saying tend to be. And then same with the lion. Men tend to be more dominant in the lion. It's almost like that's the testosterone trait. that comes out, and but women also can have that as well.
I don't buy that.
Well, what I'm talking about, you know, by that use, but I'm talking about when they're born, right? Men tend to that even representation of like the aggression and that is, you know,
Well,
the testosterone trait, you know. It's good. People need to hear both sides of it. What are your thoughts? I'm glad you're saying I don't buy
when I
that.
say I don't buy that, I don't, you know,
Say it, talk on it.
I think
It's good.
you know, you tend to the way that your brain works, you want to understand and go into that kind of you know, deep study in that sense. And for me, again, probably to your point, the discernment of of balance. I don't believe that, you know, we believe there's a holistic picture. And again, I believe that there's seasons for it. I think, you know, when you talk about gender roles, I think that whether or not one face of God comes through stronger than the other is based on how that child is brought into the family, you know, those kind of things. The tone is set, you know, again in utero, the how this child is free to live and what strengths they're free to operate in. I think there's definitely, you know, when we look at cultural nuances, you know, where the women are undervalued, they're going to be suppressed in those things. So I think if there's a really a holistic understanding of identity and picture, you know, when a child comes into the family, and they have the freedom to embrace those strengths naturally, I believe they have a balance.
Yeah.
And they can move freely through those strengths, without one taking more dominance than the other. I think there's that is plays a huge role in a mode of operation for a child and as the child grows into maturity.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's good. It's good. And it's amazing that God did design us, Father did design us this way to be able to create our best identity. And as we are creating these, helping people create their identities, you know, I recognize too that even our three core activities, I was thinking about this today, that it is true. A lion is most empowered when he knows his identity, MVP, right? So the master of that is the MVP.
I don't want to go there for women.
No, I'm saying even, yes, for women too.
No.
What I'm,
you know,
okay, go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, I guess I'm still on my track.
Yeah.
But you know, the place where the lioness in women gets shut down is, you know, when you have children who are bold, when they question things, when they have courage, an extra dose of courage that they're expressing.
So good.
Right. And then they get labeled as rebellious or a fence pusher or, you know, those kind of things. And then it becomes a constant, you know, tug of war within side of them. Right. And that's, you know, that where the identity gets challenged. Those are like, you know, a really, you know, basic understanding. Whereas, you know, little boys, it's a little bit more encouraged. Oh, it's just a boy, right? It's a boy energy. It's all of this, right? But again, I don't know. I'm just
no, it's good, and I agree with you that there is women too.
You know, thinking about, you know, we have a
that ability. Yeah.
We have a grandbaby coming into this world, right?
She's going to be a queen and a fiery princess.
She's already, you know, at 11 weeks old on ultrasound, she's jumping, you know, vibrantly, and fiery. You know, like what if we spoke differently about our children.
That's right.
And the, you know, the God-given strengths that they have.
Yes.
And
Agreed.
see them through the lens of God, of our creator, right? What if we saw them differently and empowered all of the gifts, all of the strengths of, you know, the lion, the ox, and the eagle.
Yes.
holistically,
Yeah.
You know, I mean, sorry.
No, it's good. Time check. What time do
We're,
you want to get?
We need to get going. So we are actually headed out. We're super excited to an anatomy scan for our
Maybe we should
grandbaby.
do a little live video of that once we see it. The family sees it. I'd love to see it.
Mhm.
It'd be fun to see that. We'll see. But anyways, yeah, we get to see baby in 3D, right? Isn't that a part of it? It's super cool. Baby Kalea. Decided to get to, so we're headed out to that appointment. So we're cutting this short today and also early again. We may end up making everything earlier now when we come back in 2026. But yeah, tomorrow we'll do this again. I know it's Christmas Eve, but I'm going to get up early. So we'll figure out what it looks like for she and I to do it again as well, because we'll finish our talk about the ox, the fourth face, and we'll probably blend in some about the man as well, the face of man, human, what that looks like, the epic human. And so, yeah, that was
So
good.
we'll be on tomorrow morning, and then we'll probably be back Monday. Oh, you won't know. We'll see.
Well, we'll figure it out. We're going to do some lives. You just pay attention. Just subscribe, okay?
Yeah, there you
Subscribe, hit the notification bell, because we've got some lives we want to do. I'm going to be traveling to Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm going to be going live while I'm in Mexico. Chantel's going to be going live while she's here. Support the orphanage with us. I posted that earlier. Please. The video is in my last video. I live a little bit ago. I posted the video for the orphanage. Can you please check it out, watch it, and then let's raise that $10,000 for them and bless them. I want to hit a target. Together we can do great things. $10 would help. Again, our target is 10,000. All right, to do some great things for them in that orphanage. I know you give a lot. I get it, but can you give $10 even just to bless them? So I'll put the links and stuff about that, and we'll talk more about it. And you'll see my journey going to Mexico, leaving on Christmas Day. And so,
all right.
Blessings.
We're
Love
on.
you. See you soon. Thanks for being here.